We're back. We're back. You know, I was gone a couple days, but that's not typically that weird. But if anyone was here last time, last Thursday, YouTube kicked me off the internet for showing a paintball gun. You know, that's not so surprising. I see Derek Rose with that $5 super chat already. You're awesome, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. We can see, you know, there's some stuff we're going to talk about this fine afternoon. We had some stuff. What do I have to talk about? What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about HK's new tanks. There's finally pictures of those things and some more information on them. So we're going to talk about the new Alpha tanks, the CTRL2, and then Virtua and Virtua finally settled up their lawsuit. We'll talk about that for a little bit. There's some paintball stores, a paintball field that's hiring people we're going to talk about. We got new paintball stats. So we have a couple things we get to talk about this evening. Chat room, hello. They allowed me back. They did, Old Soul. I don't know quite what happened. I guess we'll talk about that since I kind of just disappeared very abruptly last week. So yeah, last week I was showing, we were like live streaming an unboxing of, not that, we were doing a live unboxing of the Lux Idol and showed that. That's the part they didn't like in the video. About 30 minutes into it, they decided they didn't like it. And, you know, I kind of understand. It looks sort of like a pistol. You know, you can't really see that foregrip on there. So, you know, I get it. They think it's a real firearm. But then we appeal it, and I was able to appeal it. And then they denied the appeal, and they still said that it was not good or something. But weirdly, like 2 days later, the live stream that they said they were deleting popped up on YouTube, and they told me I wouldn't be able to go live right now, but we are. So I don't know if something was reversed or actually what the hell is going on. It's a little bit confusing and a little bit scary too, because I think that initially I had a strike on my account, and then if I get 2 more strikes within 90 days of that first one, they'll just delete the entire channel. So that's kind of scary. Yeah, and during this appeal process, really what that happens is you appeal, and then YouTube will send over to whoever the manual reviewer human is, that frame and that part of the video, and they ask them if it's, you know, a gun or not, and the person just says yes or no and moves on. So they don't really know what they're looking at, so it kind of makes sense that, you know, the appeal was rejected. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like anything happened, so we're kind of just back to normal. I don't think I have a strike on my account. It's a little bit hard to actually check. But we'll find out here. Yep. Old Soul, education is key. Yeah, people don't know what the hell they're looking at. And in real life, you know. What's up from Stockton, Eddie? You're not too far away. Start a new channel. YouTube ruined my life. We'll just complain about, we'll just complain about YouTube stuff. I'm not much of a complainer, though, either, so. Let's see. Let's just jump right into something. Let's just talk about, first, I want to thank the sponsor of this live stream, bfpgear.com. If you're looking for any of the stuff we talk about today, like if we're going to talk about these new HK tanks, or we're going to talk about the CTRL2, if you want to buy any of those things, use some of the links in the description. They'll take you right over there. And you can look at, like, you know, different colors, check out pricing, and maybe some other cool things at bfpgear.com. So thank you, BFP Gear. You know, without them, these would be much more difficult. So, you know, buy stuff from the links in the description. And for some weird reason, I didn't actually take notes on... I didn't actually take notes on these tanks, so I'm going to open something really quick up here so I can actually make sure I'm not weird on pricing. 209, 215, and then probably 225. Okay. Yep, so HK Army released their brand new Alpha Series tanks that are coming in 3 different sizes. We saw that 48 really quickly right there. There's the 68 and then a 77. And I don't physically have these yet. I was trying to get one today but didn't have time. So hopefully next weekend I'll actually, or next week, next Thursday during the live stream, I'll actually have some of these in hand so we can kind of like maybe compare the length to some other tanks and actually, I don't know, get a little bit of hands-on with them. But they're extremely light. Well, I should say extremely. I mean, they're not like, you know, ounces or something like that. But they're considerably lighter than, we'll say, tanks in that similar size. So they're really about 15 to 20% lighter, especially versus the Ninja SL2 tanks. So they're just very, very light compressed air tanks. I'm not 100% sure on the hydro on these, because I think the same exact company that's manufacturing like their First Strike tanks that have a 47-year lifespan, that same company I think is manufacturing these Alpha tanks. So I'm not 100% positive, but they very well may have a 47-year lifespan, just like the First Strike bottles. And in these pictures, they do look a little bit more round. We can kind of see right there on the 48. If we go back to that 48 size right there, you can definitely see on the back how it's not maybe as round as a typical compressed air tank. And that goes through the whole line as well. These pictures of this 68 right there, and then that 77 coming up, look much more round in the back than they are. They're a lot more squared off, just like those First Strike bottles. And they're a lot wider too, so they're shorter and wider. So they're a little bit shorter than our typical like 68 or 77 sizes. I'm interested. You know, I think that lighter is always better. The prices aren't crazy. They're starting at $209 for that 48. That 68 right there will be $215. And then I believe the 77's $225. And they've kind of redesigned their regulator as well. You can see that regulator on the front of there. It's just their standard, you know, high pressure output basic tank reg, but just spruced it up a little bit to make it a little bit more fancy, maybe make it stand out compared to like all the other tank regs out there, because so many of them look the same. Chris Williams with that $49.99 super chat, dude. I super appreciate it. And my light's not going off. That's why I'm all contracted. $49.99. That's what I'm talking about. You know, guys, super chat this thing because we might get kicked off the internet. So I really like these. Chris, thank you. I like them. I'm just curious about kind of how they feel, you know. By being a little wider and shorter, they're certainly going to feel a little odd. So I think I'd probably even want to run that 77 with a tank extender. But we'll see. They're coming pretty soon. I'll try to have one. I'll try to have like the 77 and the 68 or something like that next week or on Thursday. I keep saying next weekend. It's definitely not next weekend. Damn, that is really bright right now. That light. By the way, do you have any good suggestions for tank covers? You know, I don't really know. I truly don't know. There's not a lot of companies making tank covers anymore. And I'm not even sure who makes like solid neoprene style tank covers anymore. They've just kind of fallen out of favor. There's just not too many options out there for tank covers. So. Waldo? 187. Do you think JT will ever release another clear bottom for the ProFlex? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, one of the last ones they released, probably like maybe like 2019 or something like that. Mark, I think that the problem with those clear bottoms is they get yellow and people complain about that. So I think that JT'd probably want to have like, if they re-released them, they'd probably want to try to make them not be yellow. But I truly have no idea. I'm not all up on the hype on ProFlex stuff. Like everyone's collecting ProFlex parts again like it's 2005. And I don't know. I'm just not doing it. The Crown Royal bags. There you go. Get one of their purple Crown Royal bags. Or Crown Royal, you can get like a orange Crown Royal bags and all kinds of stuff like that now, which is kind of crazy. HK Army new tanks. Okay, let's go to more new stuff. We have the, we've kind of talked about these a little bit, but the Bunkerkings Control 2 Hopper. And I'm just going to read a bunch of stuff off. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. So they're going to be $225. You can pre-order them right now. Like I said, you can find one of those links in the description over to BFP Gear to buy yourself a Control 2. $225. They have a new compact drive hub feeding system, which is really just the reduced size on the drive cone, or that drive cone? Yeah, drive cone's the right word. Reduced size on the internals. They're now using eyes, so no more using the accelerometer in there. It's only using infrared eyes, pretty much just like the Spire 5. Increased bottom shell thickness, which is a good thing, you know. One of the things I don't like about the, or didn't like really about the Control, the plastic just felt really kind of thin, which wasn't bad. It didn't like, you know, break or anything. But it was on the gun, you could really like kind of move the hopper around because it was, the plastic was so thin. So now making it thicker, the hopper should probably feel a little bit more stable and just feel a little bit nicer. They've redesigned the back latch so that it apparently is a lot stiffer and the whole top shell can't come off as much. There's a stronger tray lock, and previously they were magnetic, so now it's kind of a lock, somewhat like the Spires have always been. There's like a toolless eye pipe kind of design, sort of like Dye's using. We'll show some pictures of that in a minute. And then it also has a quieter drive. So apparently it's going to be a little bit quieter when it spins, which is kind of cool. It takes the same exact top shell. So you can get the expander shells, like these are coming with the 20 round. They make that 40 round high cap and 60 and whatever. It's coming at 220. Like I said, it's coming with that high cap 220. So I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I think it's definitely an improvement. And we can look at some of the internals right here, and you can definitely tell that it's just way smaller. You know, previously, you know, the Spire has that huge piece in the middle. The Spire and the Control, you know, they got that big ass thing right in the center. So removing that huge piece right there, and then just making it a lot smaller is going to make it hold paint a little bit better. Make it hold a little bit more paint. And it also comes apart considerably different too now. So you can see that's really exactly the same. Do I actually have, I was going to say that like drive system comes off a lot different. You can kind of see right in the center of the drive area, there has that like, I don't know, star. That's actually a thumb screw. So it actually screws down now. You can't just pop it off anymore. They probably had to do that just to keep everything more compact. Having those internals like melded together is going to probably help it work a little bit better. So I'm curious. I mean, it's got like a whole redesigned internal system, which is cool. I mean, we haven't really seen much redesign from them in quite a while. Man, I'm all over the place. I'm looking for a specific picture. Yeah, and then you can see that too. So that's where the eyes are. You can see that main board kind of wrapping around the feed tube right there, and that clear piece of plastic right there actually goes inside the feed neck. So for some reason, if you want to take that off, you can. It kind of just provides a little protection for those eyes on there, so it's not as maybe doesn't get jammed and gummed up with paint. Control 2. I was trying to have one of those today, but I was not able to get one. Control 2. Who's going to buy a Control 2? Probably not a lot of people. But it looks kind of cool. David, the control is just like an IR in a control shell. Yeah, kind of. I mean, pretty much. I mean, the Spires and Control are kind of all the same thing. It looks like a Halo drive cone. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. It's really not all that much different. I mean, if we look at like, if you look at the internals, if we go, yeah, that one works. It's really not all that much different than the regular Spire. You know, it still has those, like, you know, outward long fingers. I think that's what they call those pieces. So it's still kind of reminiscent of all the old or previous whatever. What's up, Brad? Hello, Ulf V-Dub. Vud. What's up, Brad? Hope all is well. Yeah, you know, it's all right. Finally caught you live. Good evening. I'm sure you've mentioned it somewhere before, but wanted to ask what camera you use that you're able to cram into your mask. The GoPro session. There's a whole video on YouTube about it. Like if you go on YouTube and you search like paintball GoPro camera setups. Paintball GoPro camera setups. It will come up. What's up, guys? Brad. I just played it a little bit. Paintball GoPro camera setups, and there's a whole like video, like 12-minute long video where I like talk about multiple setups that I've used and what I like and all kinds of stuff. But really, GoPro session, yeah, that's the real easy answer. Nothing beats a Revy or a Halo. You know, I don't know. I'd pretty much rather have everything other than those things. You know, I've tried to use my Revolution kind of recently, maybe like a year ago or something like that, and it just doesn't feed fast enough. You know, even with mechanical guns, you know, my 100% stock EMEC, which I shoot about like 7-ish balls a second, the Revolution is like ding, ding, ding. It's still just not even fast enough. It's kind of crazy. What are my GoPro settings? I don't know. I mean, I probably have everything turned off, so I definitely turn off stabilization and that stuff. I don't know. 4K 30, I know that. I'd like it to be 60, but unfortunately it's not. I just got in a 3-car pileup on Watt and Longview. Mark, what the hell are you doing? Are you okay? I'm assuming you're okay. Hopefully you're not, like, injured in the car. Like, watching the live stream in the car. Injured? Mark, you gotta tell me what's happening. Nate Hahnemann with a $9.99. Nate, how's it going, buddy? Remember, no shooty markers this time. Seriously, dude. We were talking about it. Did I send you? I think I actually showed some people the frame. We talked about it earlier. I talked about the picture that they actually, the frame in the video they actually didn't like, and it was that one. But I don't know. I think that they actually like rescinded the strike on my account. I don't think that it actually is like active. It's very weird. Like they said I'd have a 7-day ban from live streaming. So technically we shouldn't be live streaming right now. Because we got like kicked off at like 8:40 or no, like 4:40 or something like that. And I really do think it's because it was black too. It's, you know, it's just because you can't see it. Like if the gun was red or like silver or something like that, you could see the foregrip and it would be very obvious. Maybe not very obvious, you know, but more evident and more obvious than if it didn't have, or if it was like, you know, red or silver, it'd be more obvious and you wouldn't have a problem thinking it was a gun, we'll say. I mean, it can still look like a gun. David, I think that when you donate $49.99, your super chat should stay through the whole chat. Oh shit, look at, they're actually staying up there. Kinda. So see, I mean, in the real chat, it's like, I don't know what you mean. Stay where? There's so many places they stay at. There's like the chat that you guys are seeing on like your phones, and you can, the actual chat where you have like a chat box. They stay up there for a while. Then there's the ones that pop up on like the monitor, like right here. Look at that, there's a blood blister. I like pinched my hand doing something and I got like a perfectly round blister. It's been like that for like 3 days. I'm gonna see how long it like takes to dissolve into my body. Whoa! Extreme diarrhea blasting! That's what everyone should do. Everyone should change their names to fun stuff. Extreme diarrhea blasting. Although you can't really read your name because it's so freaking long. $10, dude. Freaking awesome. Wish I could hit a lottery so I can finish my automag builds. Dude, I want some freaking automags. You know, something I realized recently is that, and I guess I've known it for a while, but one of the recent videos that came out last week or something, yeah. I talked about like the angel eyes and 50 cal paint and hydrotech, is that people really like nostalgia videos. So I want to start making old videos or guns, or videos on old guns that are like nostalgia bait, you know, like autocockers. Maybe not so much autocockers because there's so much autococker stuff. Like auto mags. I would like to get in like a 2K2 Intimidator and maybe an Angel or stuff like that. So I think that would be kind of fun. And I think it'd be kind of interesting. You can tell like a cool story behind it and kind of why stuff got popular and all that kind of stuff. Some brains, what'd you miss? Not too much, you know, just not a lot. An Automag RT, I'd kind of want like, I'd really like to try to find like a classic autococker, not an autococker, like just a classic basic Automag, as factory and as stock as you can get. Yeah, Adam Hit says, I like all videos. Well, then everyone should like the live stream as well. You know, show a little love and, you know, just hit that little like button. It's really easy. You know, you can just like, you know, you don't have to close this thing. You can just keep me rambling in the background. Mark, the Impulse, that would be a very good one, actually. You laugh, but what is going on? Oh, your car accident. I got you. We're going to read it. An Impulse would be very good. That's a perfect one. Okay, Mark on a car accident. I think the lady that hit me was looking at the bum and the chicken in the middle of the road. Now I got food particles in my car. Well, hopefully your car's okay and you're okay. I mean, you sound okay. Well, your typing sounds okay. So, a 2K2 Dragon. I have a 2K2 Dragon. Love it, man. I wanted one of those a lot. I never actually had a Dragon. Joy Division Angel A4s. An A4, I don't know. I want to go back older to Angel. Maybe the LCD. I think that's because you could tell a good story around it. Wrench King from Angmar. Hello. I assume that's your picture. $20 super chat, dude. You guys are killing it. I have an old 2K2 Angel LCD. That's what I'm talking about. I can mail for review. It's not stock. And a blazer. Really cool. You know, I appreciate it so much. Two things, you know, super chats and then offering me to borrow guns. But there's enough people. I appreciate it, really. There's enough people around here that I can figure it out. I just gotta like ask. Really. Yeah. I'd rather get stuff locally from people because we can just meet at the paintball field and, you know, I can just borrow it and then just meet me here next week and give you it back. It's so much easier. I mean, I don't want to like have people mail stuff, and that gets all weird, you know. I appreciate it though. I've done it once before, and I was like, I don't really like this. Yeah. Just because I don't know, you know, I don't know. I don't know. BDZ, my HK Army Invader CS2 I bought brand new has scoring on the bolt tip every time I get done playing. Any thoughts? Are there like new scoring? I'm looking for like something. Let's see what the bolt looks like in my eMech. And maybe I can we can see if there's any scratching or scoring or anything like that on this one. It's probably fine though. Nope, that's a perfect. I mean, obviously it's not supposed to be like that, right? You know, it's not supposed to have scratches, you know. But at the same time, you know, think like this is pretty much the same bolt design, right? So think about every time this thing goes in and out, it's actually rubbing on the can. So, you know, when it's moving in and out of there, it's actually rubbing all over the inside of there. So if there's any type of like dirt or sand or any type of debris anywhere inside that bolt, it's gonna probably scratch that bolt. But if they're just like, you know, little teeny surface scratches, it probably doesn't really matter all that much. That's kind of why that O-ring's there, to kind of like help fill in those imperfections a little bit. But I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, just make sure your gun's clean. I mean, it's a common thing that happens. You know, certain environments are going to be a little bit worse if you're like playing in the woods, or it's like, you know, you're in the desert or something like that and there's a bunch of sand and dust everywhere. It's going to be worse. But it's probably not that big of a deal. It's a common thing. It's a common question people ask. So, yep. I would, one of the good things to do is if you have Facebook, which, you know, is getting unpopular, I would look for some of the Planet Eclipse groups. There's a Planet Eclipse like repair Facebook group or whatever, and I just look through pictures on there, and honestly, probably someone's asked the same question and answered it, so, yep. Replacement Gamma Core bolts are available. Yes. Yeah, you can buy them. Plus, there's other companies that make them too. Like you can buy like the whatever super stanchy ones, and there's a couple other options out there too. The Grumpy Plumber. That's another good nickname. Not a nickname. I guess it's kind of a nickname. The Grumpy Plumber. No one beats wherever the heck Diarrhea Vomit person went. New to the game. Welcome. I want to get something from the mid-2000s to tinker with. What's an affordable, retro, cool marker? I like Derek Rose. Derek says old stock autocockers or auto mag. Well, one of the problems with like anything from that time frame, so like mid-2000s, let's just say like 2008 to 2012 or somewhere in there, is, you know, they're not all that much different than the newer guns, right? They're not all that much different than like, you know, a 2024 something. So when I say that, I mean like they're just kind of hard to tinker with, right? Because there's not a lot you can do. It's kind of like you can change a few settings and that's about all you get. And a lot of the older like electronic guns that were popular in that time frame, the parts are very rare and the parts can get expensive. And you know, even though the guns, like, you know, you can find something for $200 or $300, you might need a $200 solenoid or, you know, a $150 board or something. So I think a lot of the people that are into tinkering, that like, you know, adjusting stuff and just kind of like messing with stuff, I think I'm kind of one of those people. I think that the auto cocker probably is the best for that. I think because cockers, there are a plethora of parts out there for cheap. I mean, there's tons of parts on eBay. You can go to M. Carter Brown, a forum website. They've got all kinds of stuff on there for sale. And they're actually a gun you can tinker with, right? You can adjust a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you can adjust pressures. You can try to put different parts in that might perform a little different. And it's actually something you can tinker with. It can be a little bit difficult, but nowadays, I mean, there's so many good videos on YouTube and ways to learn these things. It's really probably not that big of a concern. But I'd probably get, you know, cockers. I'd look for an old auto cocker. Probably something that you know works. I probably wouldn't buy like a gun that, you know, totally doesn't work. I would buy something that you know works, and then you can kind of like start from there. Because I think it's like, you know, buying a car and then tinkering on a car. If you don't know anything about the car and it just doesn't work, it's like it can be difficult. Whereas if you bought, you know, a car that worked and wanted to tinker on it, you're like, well, it worked before I did this. You know, you're not just starting somewhere in the blind. So I like auto cockers. Derek also said auto mags, but auto mags are, you know, they're not as tinkery. There's not as like many weird adjustments and stuff like that. Some brains, we set up our cockers and auto mags to not change after we get them the way we liked. We wanted them to be reliable and stable. Yeah. We all do, don't we? Yep. What else can we talk about on here? We talked about HK Army hoppers. I said everybody give a like to the live stream. If you don't like the live stream, I might never do them again. So you gotta like them. We'll just talk about this. My local paintball field, Capital Edge Paintball Park, is looking for new referees. So if you are in the Sacramento area and you're like 18-ish or 19, somewhere in there, I think working at the paintball field's a fantastic job. You're outside all day, you're surrounded by fun people and possibly something you like. There's Paul. Hey, Paul. Yeah, it's great. Or if you got a son, you got a nephew, you got a friend, something like that. Capital Edge Paintball Park here in Sacramento, they won the West Coast Field of the Year award as well. So it's definitely a good place to play. We're seeing all the pro teams out there. Right before NXL Las Vegas, Impact, Infamous, and Dynasty were all out there practicing. So get off the couch. Get off the couch. That's funny. That's been their slogan forever. Go to Capital Edge. Check out Capital Edge's Instagram page. There's a link in the description to this if you want to send that over to somebody as well. Schwartz, here late, won't be here long. Dang work. This is my work. I wanted to go to CEP so bad since I'm in Vacaville. It's not far. I mean, it's 40 minutes or something like that. I mean, I've driven out to Fairfield Extreme there in Vacaville a whole bunch. Anyone know if the Control 2 still have ball stack tension like the Control 1? That I don't know. That I couldn't tell you. I imagine. I mean, I don't think it's all that much different. I don't think they would have changed lots of software stuff around. I think that the main thing what was I going to say? The main thing that they got rid of software-wise would have been that, angle level indicator, because they definitely got rid of that. There's no rear of the hopper, but it doesn't show that. Oh, it also has the button on the back now, thankfully. It's not on the bottom of the goddamn thing. That was kind of annoying. Some brains, it's not even an hour drive from Vacaville to Sac. If 80 is moving. Yeah, if you're going on the weekend, it's fine. It's 40 minutes, 45, somewhere in there. It's not too bad. One thing I am going to do, though, is I run on this YouTube channel. Well, actually, it's not on the YouTube channel, I guess. We have a Patreon account over on Patreon. And there's some of you guys that are signed up for this, but I'm shutting it down. I don't know 100% when I'm going to close Patreon. It was kind of an experiment, and I think I'm going to use YouTube memberships. So we can switch that over to memberships, and then I'll be uploading exclusive stuff here, and we'll not be doing giveaways, I don't think. I don't know. We got to figure that out. But they'll be uploading early access to videos and have new stuff on here, and there'll be some other perks for YouTube membership. So we're going to change that. I kind of just think YouTube memberships work a little bit better, mainly because we're doing so many of these live streams. I think it works a little better for the live streams. And getting a strike on my account, having them almost decide to shut me down. I was like, what am I doing? I was like, if the whole reason I wanted to have them separate, I was like, I don't want to use memberships. I'd rather use Patreon and have YouTube and keep them separate so that if YouTube deletes my account, at least Patreon's still going on, right? Rather than have YouTube memberships and the channel all get deleted at once. But I was like, you know what? If the whole channel gets deleted, am I really going to restart? Probably not. If YouTube deletes this channel, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not restarting. That's insane. So I think that going to YouTube memberships would work better. And even if they delete my account, you know, they delete the whole goddamn thing. I don't think that's going to happen, but, you know, it made me realize that I was like, I'm not going to, like, restart this whole thing, so. Shorts, I'm just too lazy to create a Patreon, sorry. Yeah, me too. I mean, I hear you. I even thought about that. I'm like, I don't want to have, like, multiple apps and, like, you know, I really don't. I don't want to do that either, you know, so. Yeah. I think memberships still get hit with the censor bots. I mean, it's nothing different. It's not going to change anything at all. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, I will be doing YouTube memberships here at some point. Probably next week. I mean, I probably want to announce it next weekend. And then we'll keep Patreon going for a little while, though, because we do have to do some things on Patreon. So, yeah. Anyway. What do you do for a living besides YouTube? Literally just YouTube right now. That's why I keep pumping up, like, you know, you got to like stuff and join memberships and, you know, help me out. So, Corey James, so what's the lawsuit update? There we go. We'll talk about that. The Black Zebra Studio lawsuit update. For some reason, oh, there we go. Oh, I'm in the wrong window. I'm like, why is it not opening? I'm like, what's going on? Let's close those. So if you guys have been following along, Black Zebra Games created a paintball video game for PC currently, right now only, and ever. Well, they're going to release it for other platforms, but it's only ever been for PC. It's still kind of in a beta stage. It should hopefully, I believe, be open for public beta. There we go, said right there, April 10th. And originally, this game was called Virtua Paintball. Virtua Paintball got sued a couple months ago, about a month ago, by Virtua Paintball, mainly because the name just didn't make any sense. You know, Virtua Paintball and Virtua Paintball, it's like, what is going on here? It's like super confusing. So Virtua, you know, got them to change their name, and I think that's all, right? I mean, we got word that Virtua was suing Virtua for $10 million, which is crazy. You know, if they actually won that, this company would just go out of business. So it looks like they probably backed off that, and then we're just like having them change their names. It's like, as long as you change your name, I think we'll drop this lawsuit. I don't 100% know if that happened. But Black Zebra Games did put out a little press thing, right? Maybe it was this one. Maybe it was this one. Oh yeah, right there. The dispute and associated litigation between Virtua Paintball, Brett Messer, and Black Zebra Studios has been mutually settled and resolved to satisfaction of both parties. And this was last week, so this was a week ago, and the lawsuit was only like 3 weeks ago. So, you know, they're not going to go through the whole court proceedings and do all that stuff in 2 weeks. So I imagine they were just, you know, kind of settled it and hopefully dropped that $10 million thing. So it's a little crazy. But they've redesigned from Virtua Paintball and now are called Ballers. But, so the game's going to be called Paintballers, not Ballers, sorry. Paintballers, which is okay, you know, it's a little clunky sounding. You know, Paintballers is such a clunky, funky ass sounding word. Ben, with that $5, dude, I'll get you. Thank you. Let's finish this. Ballers, yeah, it's just a little bit clunky sounding. But what I really like is it's in collaboration with Major League Paintball. So hopefully, you know, maybe in the future, I'd be kind of surprised if we get it the first release of the game. But it'd be very possible that they have all 20 pro teams and all the players, and you can play as your favorite player and stuff. which I think is really cool. So I really like the collaboration and like working together with Major League Paintball. And Major League Paintball and the NXL have been doing so good these last few years, right? I mean, the Vegas NXL event was fantastic. The trade show, the Summit Awards, everything has been so great from the NXL that it makes me feel a little bit excited about paintball and in its future. Ballers. Ben Lawton got a slick itch to grab a third marker in addition to my CS2 and DSR Plus. I had a friend of mine, just bought a DSR Plus. Which do you think, TM40 or LV1? DLX seems like a lateral move as another spool. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about this recently, and I was like, if I were to buy any high-end paintball gun, or if I were to buy like any gun I want right now, you can just, whatever, just have this one. I honestly think I would buy a DSR Plus. I don't know. I think it'd be in between the 180R and the DSR Plus. I mean, the 180R and the DSR Plus just shoot so well. I mean, they shoot fantastic. I think it just truly all come down to ergonomics for me. I think I like the way the feel of the DSR feels a little bit more than the 180R. So I really like the DSR. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. If I were you, I'd probably LV. I really like the LV1s. I also kind of was thinking about the LV2. I'm like, man, LV2 or DSR Plus? I'm like, I don't know. But I really like the responsiveness of the DSR. It's like, so like, bang, you like pull the trigger and it shoots. And some of these other guns, especially the LV, it kind of has like this lag to it. So it doesn't feel as like responsive. And I really like that responsiveness. But if I was choosing between a TM40 and an LV1, I'd probably go LV1. I really like the Idol. I'm kind of a fan of the new Idol. But it's kind of expensive. You kind of can't track one of those down for... You definitely can't track a used one down yet. We'll have to wait. Mark's the DSR. The DSR Plus is ahead of the game with the single trigger semi. I hate the single trigger electric frames though. Well, I don't know. They're not that bad. Ben, the LV2 is too clunky in my hands. A teammate has one, and it's not my bag. It is a huge-ass gun. I mean, I'm with you on that. I hear you. It is a big-ass gun. I love the LVs, though. I mean, all those guns, I kind of, all the LV1s. LV1, LV2, all the lever-valved guns. Okay, what else? What other topics can we talk about? These are kind of cool. I mean, I think we've been kind of waiting for something like this in paintball for goddamn ever. Paintball stats. We've kind of had them in the past. Paintball Access had a bunch of stats. They kept very similar stats to paintball stats. Paintball stats over on Instagram. I would look in the description of this. You can go over there and check out these. I'll show you a couple of these, but then they have way more, and they've been releasing stuff quite often, and they're gonna keep releasing stuff as they like kind of rifle through some of these things. But they have a brand new stat category. So kind of like in the NFL or in football, they have QBR, that quarterback rating, which we can see right there is based on a lot of stuff, right? Passing performance, rushing, fumbles, down and distance plays, opposing defense strength and rating, penalties and turnovers. They're going to kind of try and use that same idea to give individual players like a tournament ranking or a year-long ranking or whatever. You could do a match ranking. They're going to put, or I guess this would be a year-long or for the whole length of a tournament, because they're going to use matches played, percentages of points played, win percentage, point survival percentage, break survival percentage, matches won, bunkers played. I'm not really sure how that would factor in. Overall team placing, which is really cool. I mean, I think that, having any way for us to say which players are better gives us two things, right? It allows us to actually know which players are better. But I think as like a spectator as well, it gives me more insight into like maybe actually who are the best players. You know, we always constantly say Alex Goldman, is the best Snake player. And some of these having this like overall PB stats ranking or PB stats ranking. They also put MLP, which it's also MLPB. Overall stats ranking. I don't know what the hell I was saying. It just gives us something to look at as spectators to kind of like help us, understand maybe why some players are better. Obviously the one thing that's missing in here is shooting opponents, right? Kills or eliminations. And those are so difficult to track in paintball. It would require a whole bunch of staff and something that we just don't currently have right now. The paintball access stuff, they used to have it, but I don't know how accurate any of those kill counts ever were. So they have that, and they've actually released a couple things, right? So they have these 3 players they released earlier this week, and we can see that the max score for your ranking is going to be 300. And it looks like they just picked 3 kind of random people, maybe a top person, a middle person, and then a lower ranked person. And we can see that Archie's way up there at 170 when they take all that stuff into account. And we can see, he played 7 matches. He played 48. Archie played 48 of the team's 54 points. So playing a whole bunch of points and then having a high win percentage is obviously going to factor into that. Because when we look at Alex Goldman, his team got last place. They only played 4 matches. He didn't win a lot of the points because the whole team lost. But you do notice that he survived out the break 95% of the time, which is pretty good. Yeah, you can see the team's points they won. He won 33% of the time they played. Where if you go up to Archie, he won 62% of the time. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And then they actually released this earlier today, and they're going to continue to release these, right? So these are the 16 through 25 players at the Las Vegas tournament. And then oddly, there's not oddly, I guess I shouldn't say, but we see Justin Rabikoff in there. Zupa, he played really, really well for Impact. Tyler Harmon, Danny Schoenhauer also played really, really good for Dynasty. I kind of thought he might be a little bit higher than that. Maybe he didn't play a ton of points. Archie had that 170. He just probably played more points and had more impact on the overall tournament. Brandon Cornell's in there. Justin Bailey. My voice got weird. Ryan Hall, Sam Monville, Trevor Reeser, and Zach Yakamek. So it's really neat. And like I said, I'd suggest going over to the Paintball Stats Instagram. You can see right there, paintball_stats on Instagram, or there's links right in the description of this thing to go and find it pretty easy. So I like stats. I think that they help a lot of stuff. They help coaches, they help players. Players can actually look at the stats and kind of help determine maybe some things they should be better at. So I think it's good. Stats. I think Patrick McKenna, and we saw Drew Templeton is also actually going to start working for them as well. So seconds holding lanes. Wow. That would be interesting. There are so many crazy stats we could have. I mean, I don't know if they would holding lanes would necessarily factor into their like overall metric stuff, but it would be very interesting just to see. I want to see like how many shots people took and how much each team shot in the whole tournament, and I'd like that a lot. Seconds holding lanes, that would be interesting. Some brains. Number of deaths looking into a ball for no reason. Dude, if we can keep it. Minors and majors, yep, for sure. I know they're keeping track of that. They're gonna start keeping better track of that. And they say they're going to have a website as well. Apparently, they're going to do a website and have all the stats accessible to all of us. Because right now, they're not really. I mean, if we go over to the NXL, that's not really what I wanted to do, but no, maybe it's on PB Leagues. We go to NXL. What if we go here? Is that the actual website though? I can't tell what link I'm clicking. Well, that's not exactly where I'm going. Well, we go here. There we go. They actually have these, which is going to be a very similar kind of stat system. Damn. Kyle Berry with a -11. That sucks. Who has the highest? Alex Frage. All the Dynasty guys, yeah. So they kind of have... the NXL's kind of doing this as well. I don't know if they're sharing stats or, you know, really what's going on. But the NXL, they sort of have some too, so. Statistics. Statistics. I wonder if anyone even... Oh, let's find out. Let's how... The ML Kings didn't do that bad, though. I mean, in general, like... I mean, AC Diesel got dead last, so... That's why they're all in the bottom, right? ML Kings, AC Diesel, damn. Dude, it's just crazy to look at that, right? Imagine this. Like, out of 179 players that played in Vegas, Jesse Stevens was second to last. Alex Goldman was fourth to last. Cody Mikowski, I mean, it's just crazy, right? Like, it's just wild. Clint Johnson, it's just like those guys, I feel like, shouldn't be that low. Neither should Alex Borromeo. I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's just pro paintball. Like, all these players are all so good. It's crazy that there's, like, so little actually separating them. Who played the most points? Yeah, all the Russian guys. I remember seeing that. They also played really well, too. The Boston Red Legion. Shock and the Ironman have a lot to fix. I don't even know. Who knows? Yeah. MLG Scooty, I bought a kinetic pack with your promo code. Well, thank you. I mean, that's a good thing for both of us. I really like those kinetic packs. I really like the kinetic packs. I forgot what I was going to say. And you can get 10% off. And I get 10% if you use the promo code PBRML10. I don't like having anything set up here to show a promo code, or I would. Death is a weird stat because sometimes it's bad, but sometimes it's okay. For sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's ever good. I mean, it's never good, really. I mean, you dying is never good. But... for sure. I mean, sometimes within a match, it might not matter as much. It might not be as pivotal. Like, sometimes, you know, if you die in a one-on-one, that's much worse than if you died in, like, a 5-on-4 or something like that. So, there's definitely, like, a... whatever. Dying is always bad, though. I think so, anyway, you know. I think we saw that bear itself out in the some of the stats Paintball Access used to do. So, Ben, do you think we'll ever go back to early NXL layout releases versus 1 to 2 weeks? I enjoy the technical side of reviewing a layout for lanes and such. We never get time to really dig into them. I honestly don't know. I honestly have no idea. I know that most people don't like it. I know that most of the teams would rather be able to play the layout for 2 weeks, for 2 weekends before the tournament, so have them released like 3 weeks before the event. I think that's probably the best. I'm not really sure why just doing it for 1 week in the first place. I honestly don't know. I know I've heard Tom Cole talk about that, but... Yep. Well, I mean, what do we got here? We could watch some old Trauma Head videos. There's a couple, like, Trauma Head videos. We're gonna do that. Might as well. We'll see if we get a copyright thing. Go Sports sent me a copyright thing, but we worked it out. Kevin Tam, would be cool to have stats for winning and disadvantages, like pulling off a 1-on-3. For sure. There's really a ton of stats we could have. It's just about, you know, getting the money to have people watch and take the stats down and whatever. Let's see. So I have 2 videos on here we could watch. We could watch Dynasty Aftershock from the 2002 World Cup 10-man. Or we could watch Avalanche Infamous 2004 Chicago PSP. Let's check out this 10-man one. Maybe we'll just watch the other one too. So this is Trauma Head. This is a legendary video company. They were making paintball videos and paintball content probably before some of you guys were even freaking born. What is going on here? Boost your browsing. Add an extension you don't need. Probably before you guys were born. And we'll watch and I'll talk about this. And link for links in the description. I keep saying that, but there are links to all of these things, like this Trauma Head video. And they've been uploading quite a few things. So they have, like, I mean, every week they're uploading like old cool videos and stuff. So Trauma Head's definitely worth checking out here on YouTube. Although I don't have my I don't have anything set up right.
Hey, this is the team to win the tournament, and we're gonna do it right here, right now. Come on! BYNASD! 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 BYNASD!
Last year, these guys took something away. If you need any fuel to beat these guys, that's the reason. Remember what happened. Muster it up now. You do it now.
So this is definitely a very, like, that was so loud. It's definitely a very, like a big tournament for all these teams. I mean, this was, you know, Dynasty's, I think, second year playing the full season in the Pro Division. Aftershock, it obviously still one of the best teams in paintball right here. And we see Dynasty using those angels. They probably have eyes on those angels. That cool dual-regged Timmy right there. Look at that huge bunker. That very similar to the bunker they actually used in Las Vegas. It was pretty much the same bunker. Look at, someone got shot in the hopper right there. I don't even know who that was. Billy Saransky. I'm not sure who that is. That's definitely Billy Saransky. Got Ryan Greenspan right there using that evolution. My head's in the way, or we'd probably see eyes on those guns right there. Tyler, do you watch other streamers for ideas on content? Nope. I mean, I kinda. I don't really watch like a lot of live streams, really. I mean, I watch like 2 of them. Kinda, sometimes. You know, it's weird how there's no, like, commentary on these. A lot of these Trauma Head videos, there's, like, commentary on as well. Look at that, like, spy shot. I have no idea what he's filming from. That's crazy, though. Freaking War Pig sticker. That's great. Shooting like that, so funny. Dude, 10-man's boring.
Of history here.
Look at that Cobra, though. That gun's dope. That Cobra IR3. Cobra IR3. That's probably Rodney Squires. That Cobra IR3 with that Angel Air. So cool.
Oh, and all it takes one to the head.
A massive rivalry on the field, a very intense game, and one that you may never see again, and there goes a Dynasty player.
I feel like there is commentary. It's just really low. Puka shells and bleached hair. Alright, this is stupid. This is so long. I mean, I don't know what I thought we were getting into. It's a friggin' 10-man tournament. Well, expecting it to be all exciting. So this is Avalanche Infamous 2004 Chicago PSP. And this one might be... Yeah, there we go. There's that classic voiceover.
See Avalanche coming out. This is going to be a big-time battle between these two teams. They hate the hell out of each other. You see some Lemansky making on the outside.
It's so funny. I used to play against these Avalanche guys like all the time.
Ripping that gun. Infamous here getting down. You can see the first Avalanche player walking to the dead man's box. Infamous definitely had the paint roll on these guys.
I mean, guys, this is back when we were shooting. What were we shooting back then? 2004? Was this 15? Or this might have been semi-auto, honestly. 2004? This might have been like before ramping. I don't really remember all the way. Who remembers 2004 PSP rules? The guns were wild, though. Midget with a machine gun. Andy Kopcock. That's nice. Man, he is short. I definitely can't stand it like, I definitely can't stand at the X like that. I think that's Jason Barrett, right? See, and I was talking about this in previous live streams. You guys should look at... So this is the same exact format that we play right now, right? It's not really all that much different. I mean, you know, you got 5 guys. You know, the field's the same size. It's practically the same thing. But look at how few bunkers are actually on the field. There's just so few bunkers. Like, look at how open just right there. It just looks so open. There are just so fewer bunkers on the field. It's crazy.
You can hear them telling them to not hang it. They want them to wait for the penalty, let some time run down on the clock.
Oh, it's Duffy. That's cool.
And the Infamous breakout again. You can see a lot of the Infamous guys walking, kind of walking to their bunker with their guns up.
That's Glenn. That gun's dope. I remember those. These Timmies are sick. I know. I really want one. I really miss my like old Intimidators and stuff. Definitely the Avalanche guys had a lot of cool guns. Mainly because Avalanche was all like local here in Northern California, so they were kind of local to Bob Long. So they kind of got maybe a little bit of preferential treatment to like guns and all kinds of stuff.
You can see Lasoya seeing if he's hit. He's coming up over the top. Oh, and takes another one. Looks like Lasoya's the bounce machine today, brother. Avalanche making his move to the outside. The ref's calling him out. He's like, that's it. I'm done. He's walking out. Avalanche looking to make something happen. They put a couple bodies in the dead man box from Infamous.
Ben said the Turkey Day match we had fewer bunkers like this, and I wasn't a fan. Yeah, it's been so long, you know. I'd like to try it though.
Takamoto taking a walk, the ref going over to get him out. See the Avalanche player with the sweet little head juke move.
Hey, Dave Baines. Blue paint.
Blasted by the final Infamous player. And Infamous come in, they're looking around, make sure all the bodies.
It's definitely not Ed Poorman.
And grab the flag. Infamous tied up 1-1. Sweet. Throws it up for the score.
Cap guys were all getting guns direct from Bob, though. Yeah, maybe. Well, Cap, when they were Cap Factory? I don't know. They practiced at Bob's house a lot. Well, they practiced at his house, yeah. I went there a couple times.
Avalanche players back to the dead man's box at one time. Avalanche going to the outside. Dorito getting shot straight across. Gets ripped straight across.
Sorta. I think Bob only really had his field for like a year and a half or 2 years or something. It didn't really last all that long. MLG Scooty, I don't know actually. I don't really know. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure who Alex is. Ed's son, I presume. Look at how tall the feed necks are on their guns. Look at how, like, that's funny. I just realized that. Look at how, like, tall the guns are. Like, the feed tubes and the feed necks are so big. It's like now all our hoppers are like, you know, this high off the gun. These are like so high off the gun. It's funny. Man, Avalanche. They're all really good. It was funny how they have like a more of a, maybe a more of a modern style than some of the Infamous guys. I think a lot of the Infamous players are a little bit older, and all the Avalanche guys are like newer, younger players at this point.
You can see Infamous pushing up to the outside, trying to get in the snake.
LB.
They do. Avalanche make a counter move to the middle of the field. He's going to the inside.
You could see down the gun better with Tall Hopper. I know. I was thinking about that too, actually. I was thinking about that a little bit. I mean, yeah, you for sure can, huh? You for sure can. Because now you're like looking through. I'm looking through like this little slit of a window below the hopper, you know.
These guys are ballers, man. We've been saying it already. And you can see Cap
remember when everybody used to just toss the flag like that? It's funny. Everyone used to just throw the flag. No one would touch the thing. You'd be like, cute. At one point they made it so you had to touch it. See, look at that running and shooting. That's like a new, not like new, but.
He's versatile baller. He can go anywhere on the field. Looks like Richardson swinging to the outside.
Just buy a warp feed. I'd love a warp feed. You got a warp feed? I'd love to have a warp feed. I don't really want to buy a warp feed.
That's a third Infamous player walking out of the middle of the field right now. Avalanche is rocking it.
Here's the chat room.
Avalanche player making his move to the outside tower. You can see him.
This video is like all of Glenn. It's like all Glenn Takamoto.
Take the walk. Ponyboy's still in the game, and you gotta watch it. He's on the horse.
Smacking that halo. Bam.
See Avalanche swing to the outside.
Yeah, but guys, this is when guns shot crazy. I mean, this is when everybody was shooting like, you know, uncapped semi, and everything was like super cheater boardish.
They know everybody's on one side of the field.
Everything was cheating. You know, Danny Tiljack.
There's Missile Lasoya back there in the back now. He's not gonna let it go down like that. Oh, and he barely missed him coming over the top.
Man, shooting that blue paint at a tournament is just weird. This is blue paint everywhere. He's like, I got your number, baby.
And it's a fat breakout. That's a nice palm slot to the
fat breakout.
Got a rocket in his ass. Avalanche player has a lot of speed. These kids have tons of energy. Mr. Richardson and company in the inside. Looks like he's getting ready to get blasted. Have tons of energy. That dude's got a rock. And it's a fat breakout. That's a nice palm slide to the outside. That dude's got a rocket in his ass. Avalanche players have a lot of speed. These kids have tons of energy.
A pawn slide? He called it a pawn slide,
These kids have a pawn slide to the outside. And it's a fat breakout. That's a nice palm slide to the outside. That dude's got a rocket in his ass. Avalanche players have a lot of speed. These kids have tons of energy.
Got a rocket in his ass.
Company in the inside looks like he's getting ready to get blasted. And Infamous lost a body on the break. You can see him going.
Man, those fade intimidators. I had a black to red fade like that, and then I had a like that DM4. I had clear to cobalt, so it was like a silver to like dark gray fade. It was pretty cool. Those were in my days of buying and having a lot of paintball guns. Now I think it's insane.
gonna try to come over the top there. That looks like LB. Let's see what's up. LB's a baller from old way back. Oh, and he takes a ton of pain in.
I think he's got a
out of there.
Losoya Intimidator right there.
And he's like, what's up, man? He's like, come here, man.
Me fighting 4 people does this no good.
He wants to get wrapped down. I'm almost thinking LB wants to do some kind of a ultimate fighting move that's not even legal yet, and probably not even a sanctioned move. You can see them, they're breaking out now. Let's see if they do anything different. You can see them, they're totally coming forward now. And one of the Avalanche players get out. Richardson's big time aggressive move.
I mean, you can see right here just how much paintball's changed, though. You know, everyone's considerably more disciplined, and like I kind of think we have a better understanding of how to play and what to do and where to shoot and all kinds of stuff. I mean, everything, watching this old stuff, it's like, you know, everybody remembers how fast and crazy paintball was back in the day, how guys were just running all over the place and there was just people playing a little crazier. And I think a lot of it has to do with just people weren't as good, right? I mean, everything wasn't as good. I think that our equipment's better. Guns might shoot. I think guns shoot straighter. I don't know if the paint is as good, but definitely just the quality of the guns now is way better. So I think on par or on average, they probably shoot a little bit straighter too. Just because the velocity is more consistent and they're just more consistent, better made guns. But everyone's just so good now. In comparison to back then, people, you know, weren't as good. I mean, running and shooting wasn't as much of a thing. Game plans weren't as much of a thing. Guys didn't train as much. It's just a different sport. We've just like evolved so much that playing super fast and super crazy is just not really possible anymore. I don't know. I could be way wrong. This obviously isn't the full match either. There's a little bit of old paintball for you guys. A little bit of old ball. The next NXL tournament's coming up like really soon, right? Isn't it only like 3 weeks away? Yeah, look at that. April 25th, so it's in like a month already. That's practice though. There are so many teams. You know, I was looking at was I looking at Bunkerfest? No, it definitely was not Bunkerfest. Oh yeah, the WCPPL. So the West Coast Paintball Players League coming up this weekend. And look at all the teams they have in their all the divisions. They have like their premier division, which is kind of like D2/semi-pro or something like that. They have 17 teams, and then they have 26 in D3, and then look at that, 48 teams in D4, 33 in Division 5, and there's a bunch of these three-man teams. Look at this, 25 three-man teams. It's crazy. They have so many teams. It's craziness. It's just a lot of freaking teams. I don't know what made me think about that, but it's a different world with 30 balls a second. Yeah, it sucked. I don't want to shoot fast anymore. The number of bunkers definitely changes the pace. I don't know if it's I don't know if it like makes it faster or slower though. I mean, you know, you could say that it like, you know, I think that adding more bunkers makes it a little more difficult, like if you're like the defensive player or whatever, because it's a little bit harder to like pinpoint where people are because there's so many bunkers on the field. It's difficult to tell where people are a little bit. And it makes it a little bit more difficult to move, right? If you're playing like an offensive style, it's difficult for you to move because there's so few bunkers. Right? It's just like, it's harder. I can't run like 5 feet. Now I got to run 10 feet or something like that. So, I don't know. It's definitely just different. I don't know what's better or what's worse. I know that that older style was much harder for most people to play, whereas now having more bunkers and bigger bunkers, it kind of like allows more people to play, right? I mean, you could be like, you know, a bigger person, you could be, you know, in a wheelchair or whatever. It just allows kind of everybody to play, whereas the smaller fields with less bunkers might make it a little harder or something like that. Maybe. Whoop, whoop. What is better for spectators is the question. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I really don't. You know, I think that fewer... I forgot the smoke machine was on. Or did it, like, turn itself off? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, I think that, you know, fewer bunkers, it's obviously easier to see the field. You know, I think that, like, it's like comparing the last Las Vegas layout. There were so many bunkers. When you were ground level, it was kind of hard to look at because there was just so many bunkers in the way. Whereas if there were fewer bunkers, it's just kind of easier to see. But I don't know what it would turn out like. You know, I don't know if people are going to play super fast or super slow. I don't know. There we go. Look at I put it right there behind, like, my head or whatever. But I don't like it high up like that. When it's that high up, it doesn't really move around. We could position it like this. Blow it straight on my head. Woo, there you go. Some brains, I miss the old style of play. The woods thing needs to be less late 90s and more this era. Yeah, I wish we could play. I mean, I don't have anywhere to play woods at even, so I mean, there's really no woods fields near me even. So even if I like want to go play in the woods, I can't even really do it. I mean, there's like one woods field, but so few people go to it. It's like they don't even open sometimes. I don't know. And if you're here, give the live stream a like. If you haven't given the live stream a like yet, you know, make sure to give it a little like. Like the live stream, leave a comment after it, you know, uploads or something. Not boring is best for spectators. Yeah, that's for sure. Matthew Hall. That's a long one. OG X-Ball was fun to watch but sucked to play. The lack of bunkers made predicting where to shoot easy and making spots way harder. Everyone forgets the pushback on X-Ball and preference to 7-man. I don't remember pushback on X-Ball, but I kind of like 7-man more. I preferred 7-man. I was better at 7-man. And you're for sure right. The lack of bunkers makes it predicting where to shoot easier. Obviously, yeah, because you only have like so many set bunkers to go to. I think that like back in the day, like everyone would always go to the corners. Everyone would always run to the corners off the break. And now you have like more options. So you can like go to the corner, or you can go to the middle, or stop short, or do whatever. For sure. Yeah, around me though, like in Northern California, I think that it was about the same, right? I mean, we had a lot of people playing 7-man, going to NPPL tournaments, but I think that there might have been more X-Ball in this area. I think it might have been a little bit more popular. Maybe just barely though, if it was. I don't know. It wouldn't have been like a, you know, crazy dramatic thing. Damn, that one's really like, it's like really right there now. Post-production editing is the best for spectators, but we want it live. Yeah, Old Soul says. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely edit stuff well, but I do want to watch it live, for sure. I mean, I have no problem not watching it live, you know, like the next day or whatever, but yeah, we kind of want to know what happens. Like, that's why, you know, sports are so popular, because it's live, it's real time, it's actually happening. I think that if we could get some sort of documentary style stuff from the NXL. That would be cool. I know Tom Cole actually recently on Play the Game podcast with Marcelo and Tyler Harmon. Tom Cole was just on that and talking about all kinds of stuff. And he said that he's actually contacted a couple companies about making some sort of documentary series or whatever. And most of them are going to be charging like, $500,000 and stuff, just because they got to have multiple camera people and editing. There's so much work involved with it that people don't quite understand. But Tom, I can do it for 100. No, I couldn't do it. Nope. Yeah, I probably could, but not for 100,000. We'd need more than that. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, we'd need more than that because I'd want to go to all the tournaments, so it makes it difficult. Kenneth Wilcox, it definitely took more athleticism back then. The corners were worth it because they set them up in places where you could actually dominate the tape, for sure, and now they're setting them a little bit inside, which, I don't know which one's better, though. I mean, obviously having the, corner bunkers offset inside a little bit, it allows for the tape side to actually be more effective, though, So you can actually move up the tape. Whereas in the corners before, you just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. I think that, athleticism, I mean, it was probably back then, 10 years, 20 years ago, you probably had more of an advantage, being fast because there weren't as many people that were in shape. But now pretty much everybody's fast and in shape and good and stuff like that. But for sure, everyone would just run to the corners off the break, so being fast would be helpful. Zobit. Yeah, I think he said something like $200,000 per 1 hour episode or something like that. Yeah, I could see that. 2,000, yeah. Some brains concurs. I can see that for sure. I mean, you got to think that for an hour, I mean, it depends on what we're doing. I think if I was to do it, if they were like, Brad, we want you to make a documentary in a Netflix, Drive to Survive kind of thing for paintball in 2025, I'd be like, all right, well, I probably need 3 additional people. I'd probably want someone. I mean, I'd probably want 4 additional people. I'd want 2 audio people. I'd want 2 camera guys with those audio people. And then I'd have 2 individual camera guys, and then 1 roaming camera person. So we could have the audio and camera people go do stuff, and then those other camera people can follow, and then this other camera person can kind of do whatever they want. But we'd do it over a whole season, I think, as well. So 2025, we'd try to film the entire year. We'd want to go to every single tournament, right? And then in 2026, this thing would come out, hopefully before the beginning of the year. So you'd say the last tournament's in November. We got to get this thing out before March. So we'd probably have it out late February, early March to try to coincide with the league. But 200,000 an episode, I think that you could probably, I mean, what could we make the whole season? You could make it 6 to 7 episodes, and each one of those people, we have to go to all the events. So, I mean, I think we could make it for less than 200. But I'm not professional either. I don't know what I'm doing. So it probably wouldn't be any good. But we could do it for less than 2. I'd probably say 75,000 an episode. Because you got to think about travel and paying the people to be there, and you got to pay people, If you want it to be good, you got to pay professionals for it to be good. So Long Bob says, I've got a polished black idol if anyone is looking for one. If you're just giving it away, I mean, I'll take it. You could donate it to Paintball Ruined My Life. Yeah, I'll take it. You know, if you're just, we're just giving it away. I could do something with it. Polished black is really cool, too. I really wish we had more polished guns. It'd be so cool. More polished stuff. I have a friend who has a polished red one, and it looks really, really good. My dust black one doesn't look as cool. I kind of wish it was polished. Tyler Young, what is most valuable collectible paintball item you have? Me? Nothing. Well, firstly, I've never been into collecting anything. You know, whether it's paintball guns. I have like a cool, like, coin collection that was given to me, but that's about it. I've never really been into collecting stuff. Valuable-wise, though, I mean, I don't know. The most valuable thing I have right now is a Lux Idol. I don't know. I really don't have anything crazy. I mean, this is probably the coolest paintball collectible I have. Oh no, that's not it. It's inside this other poster. This is the coolest. Oh shit. It's kind of hard because it was all rolled up, but that is the coolest paintball collectible I have. Hands down. Let's see if we can check it out. What is happening with my like whole system is not working. Look at those babes. I remember looking at this at work for years. Look at that lady's face. Like, what is she doing? What is she doing? What in the hell is going on? Talk about 1990s sexy. This isn't even like the 90s. Like 1999. I mean, half of these pictures look like they're from like 88, 85. It's hilarious. We got an Angel LED. It looks like it's a nice butt though. Probably an Eclipse autococker. Got another LED right there. This young lady's got a spider. And another cocker. She's just looking hot. Oh, she does have a gun. She has a not a Phantom. Why the hell am I blanking on the name of that thing? That's a Phantom. Yeah, a Phantom. I don't know why I'm weirding out. 1999 Miss Paintball. So that's the coolest thing that I own. God, dude, I don't know about this. Damn switcher doesn't work. What do you guys think about my paintball calendar? AARP? Yeah, they're pretty close at least if they're not. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. This is a really cool poster too, but this has nothing to do with paintball. This is a YouTuber. He made these posters that I bought. Oh man, it's just really cool. I have a couple of them. I have two of them framed in the living room. Well, sort of the living room, like the hallway. Really cool. The map of doom, and there's all this like, nuclear explosion. You got a hurricane on there. You have a global pandemic, overpopulation, rogue AI. It's kind of fun. But nothing beats Miss Paintball. Miss Paintball 99 was not on my bingo card tonight. That's such a cool poster. I've been looking at that poster for, literally probably like 20 years. So I was looking at it when it was only like a few years old. Miss Paintball. $200? Nope, I'm not selling it. It'd take quite a bit of money for me to sell that. The paintball poster. Because it has like sentimental value to me a little bit too. Because I don't have a lot of stuff from the paintball store when I owned the store. Yeah. This is also something I have. This folding chair. I used it at the field the other day. There's like paint all over it, but this folding chair is really cool. This folding chair is probably, probably 40 years old. 30 years old? Made of steel. It's really nice. So all I have to show for the paintball store is a poster and a folding chair. It's crazy. Chat would have died if the poster was sticky. Not that one. I have some magazines. I got the Sears catalog in the lingerie section. That's gonna be, you gotta be old to like, know what that, like the lingerie section, the Sears catalog. Yo, are you up to date on your tinnitus shots? Golding that chair. I don't know. I don't know. Make paintball ruin my life calendars. I don't know, maybe. What would I put in the calendar though? Should I do like sexy modeling and stuff in the calendar? Can we reach 100 likes on this live stream? I don't know. Probably not. There's 80 you people in here. That means that somebody has not liked the live stream. So give it a little, give it a little smashy smash. We need models. No, I'll be the model. My double chin. This is my Mitch McConnell impersonation. This is what Mitch McConnell looks like. Do I sound like Mitch McConnell? Damn, that hurts my neck. Oh. Miss Brad paintball posters. Oh, I get it. I thought you about like miss, like you missed it. That would be funny. Put player action shots in the calendar. Then I have to like pay for all the pictures though. Like it'd be hard. I liked it, accidentally unliked it, and then reliked it. Good. Goddamn better. Let's see if we can get to 100. We got 96. 96. Come on, what are we gonna do? I'll hit the smoke machine. I'll put my mouth over the smoke machine, and I'll take some huge vape. Something, I don't know. 97, come on. We're gonna be here all day. 98. Local paintball players. Yeah, but no one's gonna. Who wants to have a calendar of local people they don't know? Ooh, there you go, Nate. Nate's got the idea right there. Wow, that would be a good idea, Nate. I actually like that idea. Two things are good there. It would be really cool to like recreate. We've looked at some of these before on here. Let's look at some old magazines and I'll talk about my calendar thoughts. Can I zoom in a little bit? Problem with this is this lens like sags. Matt! With a $5 super chat. What's up, dude? Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know. You could be, whatever. It's possible. It would be kind of cool to like, yeah, classic markers, like do like old gun photos in a magazine, in a calendar. That would be a pretty good idea. But it'd also be kind of neat to like find like, you know, like you said, recreate classic Angel ads. Or any of these. Look at the Empire shoes. Look at that. You know, paintball was doing pretty good when paintball companies are selling just like shoes. That's crazy. It would be cool to like, you know, recreate, you know, some of the ads that are out there. It'd be interesting to do that. That's a very iconic kind of photo. Unfortunately, though, I'd have to get like all the equipment. It'd be kind of cool to recreate them, though. Look at that real Russian guy right there. Look at how everyone used to start like with their guns up and back. It's so funny. I don't know. I was going to look for some cool ads in here that we could like maybe look at, but there really aren't many. Look at Mike Hinman. It's like, former AC Dallas coach. He coached 2 tournaments and they were like, get the hell out of here. Although they were doing good. I don't know. We're not going to look at magazines. We have, look at how old that one is, though. 1996. $1996. Look at all that cool Automag stuff. Paintball Sports. Sweet JT gloves, dye stainless barrels, the Gardeners, I think. Nope, definitely not. $1996. Some of you guys were probably not even alive yet. If you were, let me know in the chat. If you weren't alive in 1996, let me know. Damn, those are so dope. I mean, those JT hats are awesome, dude. Amazing. So good. That's Dirk. Some of you guys probably know Dirk. That's Dirk Gadbury. Yeah, look at that. I'm pretty sure that's Dirk. I'm like pretty confident that's Dirk. 16? I was 1996. Hold on, I gotta do some math. I was 12. Oh shit. There you go. So that's like the Boston is the same company that is Committed Paintball. So they're the like people that make the twisters and stuff. Really cool. Matt with that $5. I remember those were the only mags I looked at the bookstores. Oh, magazines. I thought of auto mags. I remember those were the only mags I looked at in bookstores growing up. Yeah, me too. You're not the only one. Look at that titanium violator regulator. Look at that Apocalypse Tsunami. BSL 68. That's a Pro Carbine or Pro Light. Sorry, Fusion. So this is Detroit Fusion. So I'm like pretty sure that this is the team that ended up becoming infamous. Who knows? Let me know if you know Detroit Fusion. Everyone's old in here. Detroit Fusion. I don't know. I don't remember. Look at the authentic AK-47 air gun. That's going to get us all kicked off YouTube. Look at this, the equalizer. I don't even know what that is. That old-ass Ironman. Some of those guys are actually still on the Ironman today. Weirdly enough. getting a closer look. Damn, look at that lean back. Some of the pages are bent. I don't like it. Yeah, isn't it just cooler looking at like magazines and stuff? And I don't know. I kind of miss that we don't have a lot of print stuff. I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like I'd be out there buying magazines, but there's a couple of people trying to bring it back. You know, we got Alex Frazier and stuff, and he's trying to do the Great American Paintball magazine. Just some more dope-ass shirts from JT. So cool. See Rabikoff. German engineering. Venom toxic toys. I don't know. IO. Here's all the paintball stores. Let's see if we can find the store that I was just talking about. I know that these were weird. Some of these were very weird. You had to pay to put your store in here. Predator Marketing, there you go. Then you got Palmer's Pursuit Shop right there. You guys probably know Palmer's. Ooh, someone circled this right here. They're like, I want to go to these ones. I don't know. And that's all she wrote. All right, no more magazines. There's a Facebook page where a guy scans old magazines and posts them. Let's see if we can find that. I know at one point I had... Oh, my keyboard. Okay. There's the probably, you know, I don't know who does this. At one point I knew who was doing this, but yeah, look at all these. These are not all the magazines, but there's a ton of magazine scans on here. But they're not the whole thing. So like if we click into one, he's only scanned like a handful of the pages. They're not like all scanned. But I like this. I mean, I think it's a really good idea. It's a good way to help us like preserve paintball a little bit. There's some Faceful stuff in there from 2008, dude. Faceful always had like the best photos too. Just really good. I think that's Tim Montresor. The Matt Marshall. Brandon Short looking all hella young. Dang. Nikki Truder. I'm going to go with Bridnikov. That might be Dave Baines. Yep, that's definitely Dave Baines and Heyman Chapman. Prince? I'm blanking on his name. Bunch of old stuff. All right, anyway, we're straight out of things to do. Faceful and Paintball to Extremes were monthly buys for me. I remember Faceful being a little bit more expensive. I don't know if I was ever subscribed to a magazine. I probably was. I think it was probably like, maybe not Paintball 2 Extreme. I think it was APG. Action Pursuit Games was the one that I subscribed to. I think. Holy moly. This one has an address This one has the address on it. If anybody knows Ben and Bobby, Ben Krulin or Jake Krulin, that's actually Pat Krulin. It's probably like a mom or dad to a Krulin in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. That's hilarious. Hilarious. The Krulins. All right, guys. I'm going to go make dinner. I don't know what I'm making for dinner. Chris Raymond. Sorry, it says Christopher Raymond. Gang leader. I don't know why even Mark started calling me that. Nate, man, that's how I first discovered digital paintball was from an ad in APG. That's funny. I never really played digital paintball. I mean, a little bit, but not too much. Did we get 100 likes? Where's my window? There it is. 100? So like 99. 103! Yep, MLG used to sit at Barnes & Nobles and read paintball magazines as a kid. You know, I didn't. I definitely looked, O. Pollock. Why are we talking about O? I definitely, I mean, I did for sure, but I definitely remember going there and looking at all kinds of magazines too. We'd sit there for like 3 hours. I'd go there with like 2 friends or something, and we'd just sit there for hours and look at magazines. Probably mainly fashion stuff at the time. I got a O. Pollock blue sticker on my Automag. It's, you know why you have that sticker? You have that sticker on your Automag for warranty purposes. And they were actually like different color stickers, I think, at a time to mean different things for different warranties. They put that aluminum sticker on the top, which is not that cool. I mean, nowadays you totally wouldn't do that. My Steam account is 20 years old because of digital paintball. Dang. That's crazy. That's a lot. Yeah, I remember those blue labels on stuff. There were some red ones. There was definitely a silver label at a time. O was in a lot of the ads and magazines back then. Yeah, O was my boss for a little bit there when he owned the store. O is not the best boss, though. So, no. That's okay, though. I never really had problems with him. He just forgot to pay us. He just forgot to pay us sometimes. You know, as bosses do. That was a long-ass time ago. All right, guys. I'm really leaving. I'm going to try next Thursday. We're going to try to have some of this stuff here. So I'm going to try to get a Control 2. Hopefully we can get a Control 2 and do like a unboxing comparison style thing. And then I'm also going to try to have these HK Alpha tanks as well. And then we'll try to compare it to like some other tanks we've got around here. I'll grab some like Ninja SL2 tanks or whatever and just see how those goes. Like the stars on the Automag valves for rebuilds. Yeah, it was kind of like that. I mean, the Automags, they would like... but the stars also were a warranty thing. The stars, I'm like 98% positive. It was for like different levels of warranty. You could like purchase additional warranties or whatever directly from Automag if you like bought it through like a mail order catalog like this. And I'm pretty sure the stars indicated different levels of warranty. Someone's got to know that in here. The thick blonde chick with O in the ads, was it his wife? No. I don't know who it is. It wasn't his wife, though. I know that for sure. I wonder if we can, like, order stuff in here. I don't know. I never really ordered anything from a magazine, so I couldn't tell you. New paintball ruined my life. Sticker stating, not a gun. Where? What do you mean? Seriously, though. I mean, I don't know. It's, you know, I don't blame YouTube for, like, not liking this stuff. And the same thing happened on TikTok the other day. TikTok, like, flagged one of my videos for firearms. They, oh, that's right. I was going to take fat rips off the smoke machine. Oh, well. There's no way, dude. Imagine if I put my mouth on that. It would, like, fill my lungs up instantly. Oh, it's got to warm back up again. Old Soul, I don't understand. I don't understand. The freaking business suite. I don't know. I want this thing to turn back on. Oh, well. All right. Okay, I'm closing the chat. Guys, keep it real. I'll be back Thursday. And then we might talk about YouTube membership. So if anyone's interested in YouTube memberships, if you want to like help support this channel, if you want to get exclusive content, I might look into doing a live stream for members only, stuff like that. I'll have more information next week, but definitely come by Thursday. Come hang out. Have you ever seen the new from Nova? Yeah. We've talked about that stuff lots. The like N4, and there's the like the Dreadnought pump and all that stuff. Yeah. I'll probably try to get one soon. I just got here, saw the HK tanks with a 40-year lifespan. Do they? Well, we didn't actually know. I was talking about that because I wasn't sure who actually manufactured those. I think it's actually 47 years as well. And yes, that'll apply. That works anywhere. Certainly it works in the U.S. So anywhere in the U.S., that thing should last you, 47 years or whatever. Yep. Eric! I'll see you Saturday. Will you be at the field Saturday? I have your gun still. Obviously. All right, I'm not waiting for a reply. Okay. I'm out. Guys, keep it real. And be safe.